Hey guys, I'm going to go over a couple of problems from your deductive reasoning practice. So it uses two laws, either the law of detachment or the law of syllogism. You do have to pay attention to the order in which things are written. So for number one, it says, if an angle measures more than 90 degrees, then it is not acute. So the next thing that should happen is the yellow part again. It doesn't have to be stated the exact same way, but the yellow needs to happen again. So then it says if the measure of ABC is 120, which is more than 90 degrees, then it says that ABC is not acute. So because it went yellow, pink, in other words, it said two things and then it said those two things again in the same order, it is the law of detachment. Number two, it says all 45-degree angles are congruent. But then it says A is congruent to B, so it goes backwards. And then it says that A and B are 45. But that's not true. Remember, I told you it has to go in the same order. So if it's yellow-pink, then your next set should be yellow-pink. In this case, it was flipped. And the reason why we can't prove this is true is it didn't state A and B were 45 ahead of time. It just said they're congruent. Well, they could be congruent with any angle measure. They could both have angle measures of 120 degrees. We don't know because it didn't say anything about being 45 degrees first. It just said they were congruent. So this one is not valid or invalid. All right, where's another one? Okay, number 4. So this says if you wear the school colors, then you have school spirit. Then it repeats, if you have school spirit, then the team feels great. So what should happen in the next sentence in order to use the law of syllogism is the pink would be removed. So the next sentence should just be yellow straight to green again. You just remove the part that's repeated. So it says, if you wear the school colors, which is exactly the yellow, then it says, then the team will feel great, which is what the green says. So this is valid by the law of syllogism. All right. So these, you're going to use the law of detachment to make a conclusion. So remember, this is the one that goes A to B, and then it'll state A again, and you need to state B again. So if we were doing the colors, it would be yellow, pink, yellow, pink. That last pink is what you were supposed to say. So it says, if you get a hit, then your baseball team will win. And then it said, you hit a home run, which means your baseball team will win. So here's the hard part about this. Anybody who watches baseball is well aware you could hit a home run and still lose. It happens. But we are using specific logic rules in order to state these things. You have to follow the logic rules, regardless of if it's true in the real world or not. So in this case, if you hit a home run, then your baseball team will win, because it already stated that if you get a hit, then your baseball team will win. So in this specific instance, what probably is happening is they're in the bottom of the ninth, and if they just get a hit, then they will win. Because it was stated kind of like that in the very beginning. So that's what you're supposed to do there. You're basically just going to reword the pink part in all of them. The law of syllogism, it says if Moose is hungry, then he goes to the pizza shop. Then it says then he'll finish the whole pizza. And then it says if Moose eats a whole pizza, so it's repeated again that he ate a whole pizza, then he goes through a pitcher of Coke. So what you're supposed to do is rewrite just the yellow and green. You're going to take out the repeating part. So the pink part. So if Moose is hungry when he goes to the pizza shop, then he goes through a pitcher of Coke. All right, and that's how you deal with law of syllogism. Down here is kind of like the first one, except it doesn't say A, B, or C. It just says that you're supposed to state whether the conclusion reached from the two statements demonstrates the law of detachment or the law of syllogism or neither. So remember the law of detachment, it has to go yellow, pink, yellow, pink. It has to state exactly what was stated originally. The law of syllogism would be yellow, pink, pink, green, and then you would say yellow and green would be your final statement. So this says if Cedric plays in a game, in a big game, then he gets nervous. If Cedric gets nervous, then he performs well. So again, the pink is repeated, so my conclusion should be yellow and then green if it's correct. So conclusion is if Cedric plays in the big game, which is yellow, then he performs well, which is the green. So this is the law of syllogism. So that's how you'll do these bottom parts. Don't forget to do your logic and truth table notes as well.